All right, guys, today it'll be a 50-50 series, kind of usual or more so lately what we've been doing. It's broken into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Without biting off or confirming, we're doing 7 sets of 3. The board right now is set up for 7 sets of 3. So 3 things in a circuit: exercise A, exercise B, exercise C. Back to A, back to B, back to C. The first 3 stations, number 1 is a pillar push-up. If we're able to go from our toes, we're in a plank position, up, up, down, down. We'll probably lead through the same arm, so my left arm, for 50 seconds. On the second round, we'll make sure we switch. Exercise number 2, cross crunch. 1 foot over top of the knee, opposite elbow, opposite knee. If I'm able to, I might also elevate this leg, stand off my shoulder. Number 3, very, very lightweight. I've got 5 myself, maybe go 7, but a single leg front and side raise. So 1 to front, 1 to side. I'm going to run back and press play. We'll all start together with a pillar push-up. 10 seconds. Forearms down, up, up, down, down, in 5. If we think about it, we're attempting to limit any hip rotation, right? So from a forearm position, again, if you're able to, up, up, down, down, up, up, down, down. We'll go 50 seconds on the same lead arm. Exercise number 2 is that cross crunch. 25 seconds. Try to keep the hips stable. Drive through the hand. You press down onto the floor to get yourself up. 15. A little bit of tempo is okay. Drop into knees if you win. 5. Good on our backs. I'm going to take my left foot over my right knee. And then stay off my left shoulder. So as I come up to crunch, nice exhale, drive my back down, right? Not pulling my knee to my elbow, but my elbow to my knee, so my knee can stay closely stationary. Halfway through this set, you can let your rib cage expand a little bit as we lean back, and then press down. Nice exhale at the top. 15 seconds out. Then into single leg, front and side raise. 10. 2. Good up on our feet. 2 dumbbells. Again, it's more of that running posture, right? So my knee is nice and high, maybe my ankle is flexed as well. 1 to side. Slow coming down. My foot is on the floor, that knee stays bent a little bit. Just from a stability perspective. Trying to work on that. If it starts to bug your hip flex, you can always let that knee come down slightly, right? Core stays tight, try not to lean back too much. 20 seconds to go. And trying to be rhythmic in the lift. So not too fast in a direction, definitely not throwing the bells up. 8 seconds here. 5, if it feels light, you can take a pause and then drop. Back to number 1, pillar push-up, make sure you switch lead arms. So I had been leading through my left, I will now lead through my right. Feet might be wide just to help with the hips. Dropping to knees when we need to. A little bit of time left here, 20 seconds out. Exercise number 2, not so bad. Just that cross crunch. 10. 3. We'll switch the knees here. And then again, if we want to, that foot can come off the floor. I think you're correct there, Bethany. Take your time, reach the elbow back, away from the knee, right? Open up the core. Push that back down. 25. After cross crunch, we'll finish this series with a single leg front and side raise. 10. 2. Good, up relatively fast. We'll switch legs. Knee nice and high, again, slow on that lift. Slow on the drop. Series of 3 are much friendlier than series of 4. I don't mind this one, it's okay. There's a lot of them, but the series of 3 doesn't feel so bad. 20 seconds out. Nice long 50-second rest coming up. Ten. 5. Good there. Number 1 of the next series, reverse lunge plus a pulse. So if I take my left leg back, do 1 pulse, stand tall, knee tuck. We'll stay on 1 leg for 50 seconds. Number 2 is marching plank, forearms down, left, right, left, right? Little march, little march. I'll demo that when we get there. And then an offset push-up. I have a foam roll. If you guys have a foam roll, fantastic. We want 1 hand up a little bit, 1 hand down. We have a couple textbooks that works as well. Even the head of a dumbbell, if you have a normal hex dumbbell. Alternatively, just stack your hands in a way that 1 hand is higher on the floor than the other. But in 10 seconds, reverse lunge with a pulse. It can be unweighted, and you can focus on depth and tempo instead of weight. Back and down, 1 pulse, stand tall, knee tuck. Exhale there, right core stays tight. Back and down, little pulse, knee tuck. Getting a nice rhythm here. You might sync the arms up, right? My right arm, my left knee. At the top at least. Drop, pull, stand, exhale. And work on the stability at the top. 25 seconds to go. After this, we'll go marching plank. The plank position. Opposite arm, opposite leg in sync there. Few reps left. 10 seconds here. 5. 2. Good, and with a forearm position, right? Left and right. Maybe I'll pause for a second in the air. Right and left. Trying to prep my body. Minimize rotation. Keep my legs straight. A little bit of ankle flexion. Ankle extension, right? On the way back. Pressing to my forearms to drive my body away. 20 seconds out. Last station of this 3-piece offset push-ups. 10 seconds in the marching plank. Trying to keep those hips down in position. 5. Good, if you have a foam roll, grab that. If you don't have anything height-wise, just offset the hands. 1 hand a little higher on the floor. Maybe a little out of breath, getting into the push-up. Trying to make sure the core stays tight here, right? Glutes stay on. Rib cage stays down. Shoulders stay depressed. Control the rhythm. Work up to about threshold and just hang out there. In 15 seconds, back on our feet, switching legs. Reverse lunge with a pulse. 8, 3. Good, up quick. I gotta go to my right. Right leg, reverse lunge. I think. But now I don't know. I'll watch the video later and figure it out. It feels right, but my left leg also feels smoked already, so I don't know. We'll see. I'm all right. 20 seconds out. After this, marching plank. Arms down. Nice, easy movement. 10. 2. Good, that plank position. Check the height of the hips, right? Shoulders, hips, ankles, all trying to be in a straight line, if at all possible. If we get stuck, a static plank's fine. Hold on tight, stay still. If you can get back in motion, great. If you stay there the entire 50 seconds, it's fine too. Just put some effort in. 15. After this, push-ups, 5. Same thing, nice little offset base. 1 high, 1 low after push-ups. 50 seconds duration to rest. A certain depth bugs your shoulder, stay out of it, right? Get as much depth as you're comfortable with. Get back out. Hopefully everybody's on their knees, because I am. 15 seconds out. 10. Bend to your pace, maybe 3 more. Good set. Number 1, speed squats. Speed squats is real fast, right? We don't have to get any air. If you've thought about doing a squat jump, maybe similar speed, but then just take half raise, right? Up and down, real quick. Number 2, single leg RDL with a curl. 2 dumbbells if you have them, stand tall, into a curl. Single leg RDL, stand tall curl. Stability is not on point. Number 3, push up with a pulse. Drop in, have a pulse, have a press. If you have adjustable dumbbells, I would set the dumbbells now to be appropriate for that single leg RDL curl. But first, say speed squats. 3. Yeah, good. Just real quick, up and down, right? Again, you might calf raise the top. Sometimes calf raise, though, is just because you have so much speed coming up, the body almost floats up. You can almost cut the squat or height short by driving the arms forward at the top of the squat, right? It'll pull you back down. Good set. The true 50 seconds of work. It's a lot. Well over halfway, though. 15. Single leg RDL with a curl. Stay in 1 leg is next. 8. 2. 2 weights. Single leg RDL. Kick that back foot high. Feel a nice stretch to a curl. Unfold the arms. Stretch the body into the curl. If your weights are heavy on the curl, you can keep some momentum from that RDL. Swing the bells. Check which leg you're on. Don't be like me and forget. 15 seconds. Core is nice and tight at the top too. Not leaning back as we curl. 5. Good. Push up with a pulse. So down on the floor here. Knees to be light. I like volume in the HIIT class, right? So I usually go knees and crank out the volume. If we're going to do strength training, we'll work on some heavy weights, right? But in the circuit class, just push a ton of volume. Core stays tight, glutes are on. Lead through the sternum. 15 seconds. 5. On our feet, speed squats. Use the arms. Set a tempo that's pretty fast, but sustainable, right? And again, if you're trying to get back down quick, swing the arm here, right? This arm swings, and it'll draw you back down. Spin if you want it. It's there for an option. Heels touch momentarily, toes to heels. In 20 seconds. Single leg RDL with the curl. 10. 2. Switch legs. Left leg down for me. Right foot drives high. Heel stretches behind my body. Into that curl. Float the heel. Body stays long. This one's quite a bit more controlled as far as tempo and execution. Push-ups are quick. Squats are quick. These are deliberate. 15 seconds. 2. Good push up with a pulse, guys. Again, I think knees are great. Check the hand width drop in. 4 to 6 inches on the range of motion in that pulse. Trying to keep the shoulders down, away from ears. Load the lats. Lead to the sternum. Keep the chin back. 15 seconds. Last couple. Keep them clean. 5 seconds. There. Good. Number 1, we're going to go mountain climbers. They're basic or standard. If you would like to use discs, you can. Number 2, side plank with a switch. Side plank position, right? Match the form, turn the body, take your time, switch. Number 3, pistol squats. I can use a bench, right, as a seat. My legs are pretty tired this morning, so I might alternate legs. One on my right, one on my left, just to give myself an opportunity to survive. All right, what do we got? 5 seconds, mountain climbers first. Hardest thing here is going from pistol back to mountain climber. 2. Deliberate. A little bit of extra core load on that knee tuck. Trying to figure out how to share the weight between the hands and the toes. Hip position is kind of individual, right? Depends on how you feel. You can keep that knee real tight to the floor like you're going to scrape your kneecap if you want to get aggressive. In 20 seconds, side plank switch. We're going to be slow there. 10. Like our push-up, keeping the shoulders down. All the way through. 3, 2. Good, my forearm's gonna be down. Throw me down forearm position, my hips are up. Reach under, match the forearm, turn the hips. Very slow control. I even pause here. Make sure that bottom oblique's active. Realign myself, reach under, match. So you maybe get like 10 reps here, right? It's nice, slow. Don't feel rushed. 20 seconds out. And then I'm going to use a bench for a pistol squat. I'm going to do my best to touch my butt lightly. I'm going to alternate legs. 8 seconds. 2. 3 options in my pistol squat, right? My leg can be extended. That's a lot of quad and a lot of hip. My legs can also run in parallel, right? This leg just floats beside the other one. Takes a lot of stress off my hip flexors. Relieves a little bit of that quad as well. Option number 3 is a heel down. I can keep my foot down in the front. I can utilize that hamstring then as a little bit of a braking force or assistance. You may find it most comfortable to extend the arms as you sit, giving yourself a nice counterweight, right? You can sit back a little more there. 10 seconds out. Into mountain climbers next. 5. Good, hands down. Knees tight to floor. Find a way to share the weight between hands and toes. Shoulders down, ribs down. A controlled tempo that's sustainable. Up the threshold and hold on. After this, a side plank switch. It's relatively light as far as effort. Heart rate can at least calm down. 15 seconds. 8. 2. Good forearm down. Lessen the repetitions from last time. Take your time. Find that bottom oblique. Pinch the shoulder down. Take your reach. Take your rotation. 10 minutes. Check that hip. Drive it up. Shoulder down. Nice big pause. Switch side. Nice and slow on the rotation. Work that bottom oblique. 25 seconds out. After side plank switch, going back to pistol squat, 15 seconds to go. Option number 1, the leg long is the hardest. Option number 2, running in parallel, would be a regression. Option number 3, heel down in front, will be the easiest way to get it done. So start however you want. I'm running parallel, but then try to pick up the speed a little bit. My arms extend down. Light contact, butt to surface, right? Have some fun there. After this, we have a rest period. We'll go 1 row station, 1 ab station, 1 plyometric station. Legs, we'll discuss it. 15 seconds out. 10. 2. It's good, Samir. Number 1, unsupported single arm bent over row. If I decide to use my right arm holds the weight, my right leg goes back. Very heavy hip hinge on my left side. Unsupported row. If I need some help, I can set my forearm or my hand. If I know my back's cranky, disregard unsupported, go to normal row. Number 2 is Conley's. It's on our back, excuse me. Similar to the cross crunch. I'll demo before we get there. Number 3, squat, jump, floor touch, left hand, right hand. Number 1 though, 8 seconds out, row with no support as possible. 3. Again, if I pull right arm, my right leg's back. I use my left glute and hamstring to stabilize the body. And rock and roll through some tempo, trying to keep the body pretty still. Integrating my left arm on something, whether it's my knee, coffee table, a dog's back, a child's head, something when I need it. You're breathing still kind of accelerated, you might not be able to inhale down, exhale, pull, right? But if you can, it's inhale as you reach, exhale and pull. 15 seconds out, and we'll find ourselves on our backs. Remember which side you're on here. 8 seconds. 3. Good, from a back line position. Again, it's similar to the cross crunch, but both my legs are long. Right to left, repeatedly. The similarity lies in that I'm not going to let the shoulder go onto the ground, right? I'm not using this elbow to draw my body up or brace. Also, if I feel like I can, my extended leg comes off the floor and hovers in that elongated position, just like the cross crunch earlier. Exhale and crunch. 15 seconds out, then we're on our feet. Squat, jump, floor touch coming up. 5. If your back's gonna get upset with you here, limit the depth of the jump, or the drop, excuse me, the squat. If you can, the tap. I'm gonna even reach my arm through a little bit, right? So I have a little bit of torsion rotation as I reach. Maybe my sternum, chest opens up on the transition, right? So I'm not bent over here the entire time. I do want to have some sort of vertical relief, especially with the next station being the unsupported row. Give my back a little bit of help here. The floor is questionable, just tap the shin. Right, you don't have to get the floor. 10 seconds. Rows coming up. 5. Good. Switch arms, switch legs. Heavy on that front leg. My right's my front leg. So heavy hip hinge. Glute and hamstring working to stabilize. And then after rows, we'll go Conleys. It's the ab exercise. 25 seconds. Making sure you draw the elbow down and back, similar with the shoulder. Exhale and pull. 15 seconds out. Front glute and hamstring should be pretty warm at this point. 8. 2. Good, on your back. Watch your head lay down, switch sides. Nice big crunch. Keep the opposing arm off the ground. Stretch the rib cage, right? Drive that elbow back. Reach the heel away from the elbow. Pull it all back together. And check that low back position. As we come up into the crunch, we should be able to press that low back pretty firmly in the floor. 15 seconds out. Squat, jump, floor touch. Next thing. 10. Good, up on our feet. Man, I was really hoping the phone was going to ring or something. Somebody pull the fire alarm. Let me get out of this one. After this, though, got a little bit of respiratory. We're doing good as far as effort with things that are left. We made it this far. We're okay. We're almost out of the woods. 20 seconds. Keep that tempo. Body still coming somewhat vertical in the switch. 8. 2. You'll need a light weight for the next thing. I myself might use 5. Excuse me. Getting thirsty with the mask on. Reverse lunge rotation. If my right leg's stationary, I rotate over right leg. Stand tall, knee tuck. Light weight. Number 2, core extensions. Lay on my back. Low back down tight. Need some air. From low back down tight, right? Extend all 4 limbs. Number 3, if you have a bench or bench dips, great. If you prefer wall tricep extensions, we can do tricep extensions instead. 3 seconds. My right leg's going to stay stationary, so I rotate over my right leg. Knee tuck at the top. Trying to keep my arms extended. Trying to stay in motion. As soon as I start my lunge, I start my rotation. When I finish my lunge, rotation should be synced up. Hands stay about chest height. Stand tall, find the stability. Rock and roll back. Depth of knee should be close to floor, right? Reach back, rotate. About 90 degrees of rotation if your back allows. In 10 seconds, core extension. 3. Good, weight down. My head's gonna stay on the floor for my core extensions. If I'm able to, 4 limbs, right? Reach everything, back stays down. Pull back in. If you need an immediate regression, right arm, left leg. Right, still posteriorly tilting the hips. Keeping that back down. In 20 seconds, some sort of tricep isolation. If you like bench dips, good. If it's harder in shoulder, don't. Wall triceps or T-Rex triceps are easy as a modification. 5 seconds here. 2. I'm gonna go T-Rex triceps. It would look the same if I did wall triceps, right? Hands on the wall, lean forward, press out. If you're doing dips, elbows to about 90 degrees, shoulders to about 90, right? Drive through the palms, extend the elbow, squeeze the tricep, and drive the shoulders down all at the same time. So nice tall position at the top here. 15 seconds out. And then left leg will be stationary. Reverse lunge to the right side. Rotate over left leg. 5 seconds. Good, so my left leg stays still. I rotate right side. Excuse me. And reverse lunge right side. Rotate over left. Call to a knee tuck. Find some stability. Keep the arms long. If the weight's too heavy, bend the elbows, right? Crimp them a little bit. You don't have to be so long. But if you're looking for a good stability challenge, arms stay long. Only touch that foot behind us. In 15 seconds, we'll go back to core extensions. 5. On your back here, low back, press down firm. I'm going to stay with opposites myself. If you can control all 4 points at the same time, that's great. Keep those hips rolled, right? Low back down. Only go as far as you can. If you feel the back come up, you've gone too far. If you want to, you can always bend the knees. That will limit the lever length a little bit, enabling you to be a little more intentional, right, with that low back position. 15 seconds. Wall triceps coming up. Maybe 1 or 2 more. 5. Good triceps, dips or extensions. 45 seconds of work here. After this, we have our last 50-second break. We'll do 1 more series. I've got 2 things up front. One is more glutes, and then we hit the hamstrings pretty hard, and then just an ab plank. So We'll discuss them on the rest. Finish with the arms. Last thing the arms will get today. 15 seconds here. 10. There. Number one, we'll go marching plank from a glute bridge position. Lift the knee, lift the knee, lift the knee, lift the knee. I'll give a better demo when we start moving. But essentially a static glute bridge with a single knee tuck, alternating sides. Number two, which is a hard double, right? We go from a glute bridge march into hamstring runner. Number three, call it an active plank. My forearms are down on the floor right now. Lift the hips up, scoop my hips through, draw the elbows down. Trying to create tension in the core, right? Come back up in the hips, nice deep breath. As I posteriorly tilt my hips, right, I'll squeeze my glutes, draw the elbows down. Again, just creating tension. If that gets crazy, a kneeling active plank works really well. 5 seconds out, we're gonna go into a glute bridge. I would recommend keeping the feet fairly narrow at first. Goal is to keep the hips stable. As you get close to setting your foot down, there's a lot of torque right there, right? So that last little bit, you might slow this part down. This is last like 6 inches here. If you feel stable, your hips aren't rotating, you take the hands off the ground. Right, check the hip bones. Can I anticipate the rotation, prep for the rotation, and limit rotation? All the while trying to draw a straight line from shoulders, hips, knees. If my hips sag, maybe every time I have 2 feet on the ground, I re-engage, I drive the hips up. In 10 seconds, hamstring runner. 5. Run familiar, my feet are gonna go on my discs. 2. My goal is my butt up. From this position, I just run. It's like mountain climbers, but for the hamstrings. If I need to, my butt can come down, right? But then I still stay really, really active in the hamstrings, driving the heels down hard. If you're in the middle of abilities, right, I can almost keep my hips up, drive the forearms down, right, the elbows, excuse me. And then press the legs. Then you have a little bit of help. Maybe enough to keep you moving. Still 20 seconds. Working on getting full extension. Drive the legs pretty quick. 15 seconds out. After this, active plank. Forearms down. Hips scoop up. I take a deep breath. 3, 2. Be gentle here, but the goal is to load the core, right? Scoop, come down, little exhale, and pull my elbows down towards my toes. Creating some tension, some traction on the floor. Come back up, nice deep breath. As I come down, maybe I try that drop and the scoop and the drag with an exhale. Scoot back up, nice slow down, roll the hips, draw the elbows, squeeze everything as you exhale. 15 seconds. Being sure that our end position is not lower than a normal plank. All right, I don't drop my belly button to the floor. To finish, I finish in a normal plank position. It's just extremely tight. 5 seconds out. Good, rolling over. We're in our last series here, marching glute bridge again. And again, being patient as I go to put that foot down, right? That's where the work is. If you feel good, widen the feet an inch or 2. And then check that hip position, right? Glutes are engaged. Hips stay high. One leg carries the weight. Use your obliques. And just core in general to limit rotation here. 20 seconds out. Next station, hamstring runner. 5. Good distance under feet. Again, the goal with hips up in the air the entire time is challenging. Take a shot at it. I last like 5 seconds. As I need to, I push the elbows down, right? Maybe even grab my hips with my thumbs, try to give myself some leverage here. You're good, pick up the tempo, right? Long strokes. Get the legs extended, have them bypass each other way out in space. Your hips are down, it's fine. Drive the heels down, right? You're still active, active, active. In 10 seconds, finishing the work with an active plank. 5, scoop the hips, inhale. Start to scoop the hips down, right? Roll them down. Exhale, drag the forearms. It's slow. Big breath in, roll the hips forward, drag those forearms down. Exhale, squeeze the glutes. Run out of air. Breathe in here, roll the hips. Start to integrate those forearms down. Don't overdo it. It should feel good though. Good from an effort standpoint. Not good like you enjoy it. 15 seconds. Maybe time for 1, 8. Good. I'm going to reset the clock. We're going to get into a little bit of stretching together. First one, low back. Knees a little wider, feet a little wider, right? Set the hips down in the hole. 5 seconds. Nice and easy. Try to get my breathing back in a rhythm that's comfortable. You're wearing a device, see how fast you can drop your heart rate back to, not quite baseline, but get it down. You can kick the body side to side if you want. A little more isolation on one side of the back. First, a general stretch. Tip the hips a little bit. 8 seconds. If you got a late start, hang out. You have 10 seconds to basically get back in the same stretch. So you can hang out here for a minute and a half if you want. If you're doing independent sides, you can switch sides here. $15 seconds, guys. After this, let's just go double leg hamstring.